Sensing a confrontation, Triss motions for the contestants to leave the stage as Ashton marches up to face Maya. Maya, this is not what we planned to announce tonight, and you know it. Oh, it's exactly what I planned on announcing. We can't have violent contestants now, can we? Troy was the violent one. He threw a punch at Haley. And what do you call what Haley did, throwing Troy into the street like that? After what Troy did, he deserved that. The fact is that both of them were violent, so either we get rid of both of them or neither of them. Why couldn't you have talked to me about this before instead of making this spectacle? Because this is a TV show, a reality TV show. People want drama, excitement, and conflict. Stop being so goddamn nice all the time and wake up to what we're doing here. Not this argument again. We're talking about Haley right now. As someone who was in the room during the incident in question, let me tell you that Haley was only protecting us from Troy's unprovoked attack. Maya looks nervously at you and then the crowd who are responding to your defense of Haley. Well, we are sure as hell not getting rid of Haley for defending herself in chance. Then looks like we're keeping Troy as our intern then too. Fine, I guess if that's what makes you drop the Haley thing. Can we end whatever this is now? Nobody came here to watch us argue. London, are you enjoying this? Are you not entertained? The audience is too shocked by Maya's outrageous behavior to react positively or negatively to this. The live show comes to an end and you are taken back to the hotel. Tired from all the nerves and excitement, you fall asleep quickly the next morning. Good morning, Chance. Hey, Triss. What a crazy night that was. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with the audience questions, but I can't believe what Maya did. I was as shocked as you. She obviously wanted to catch everyone off guard, especially Ashton. And I can't imagine how Haley's feeling right now. Have you had a chance to talk with her? No, I didn't get the chance yet. Well, I hope she's doing okay. Me too. So I have some other stuff to talk to you about. Tonight you will be sending someone home. I can't believe that time has come already. But forget about that for now. We need to head to the airport ASAP. Okay, why? It's a surprise. You'll love it, though. After last night, I am a little wary of surprises, but okay, I'll play along. A car takes you to the airport and Trish walks you to the international arrival area. So what's the big surprise? Hey kid. Dad? The dad in this story is embarrassing but supportive and lovable. I missed you, Chance. I can't believe you flew all the way to London to see me. Are you kidding? You're trying to pick someone to marry. I'm pretty much required to be here. Was Mom not able to make it here with you? She had some stuff to take care of back home, so she'll be arriving tomorrow or the next day with your BF. They said they needed me for today's filming, so your mom understood. Dad, I think you mean BFF. BF means is boyfriend, and if I had one of those back home, I'd be in a lot of trouble. Oops, my bad. The three of you leave the airport and are driven back to the hotel. You look for Haley to make sure she's okay, but others tell you she went for a long bike ride. Callie hands you a note that Haley asked her to give to you before she left. You return to your room to read the note from Haley. Hey Chance, I just needed to take a ride to cool down and I knew you wouldn't really be able to talk till later. Just wanting you to know that I'm beyond happy to still be here. And I'm still here for you. Can't wait to see you as soon as I'm able. Yours always, Haley. P.S. If you see Troy, kick him in the nuts for me. Your dad meets you outside your room and asks if you would take a day to see London with him. You ask production and Ashton tells you, of course. You spend the afternoon seeing sights with your dad. You have a great time filling him in on everything, but you know it will soon be time to say goodbye to someone. As you return to the hotel, Trish asks that you meet her in the grand hall of the hotel. You run up to your room and get changed first. Trish, is it really time already? I'm sorry, Chance. I know it's hard to say goodbye to someone, but you knew this was coming. So how does this work? Tonight you will choose between two contestants and the stakes couldn't be higher. One will move on to the final three, from which you will later pick the person you want to marry. They will also get to go on a romantic overnight date with you. But you'll have to say goodbye to the other one and they'll be sent home. Can't I keep them all? I know you've grown close to all of them, Chance. Yes, it's gonna be so hard losing any of them. Makes you kind of wish alternate worlds existed where you can choose all of them, doesn't it? Just remember that you signed up to find your wife or husband here, so it'll all be worth it in the end. So as I said, there will be only two contestants on the chopping block today. Are you ready to see which two contestants you will have to choose from? Ready as I'll ever be. Okay, send them in. Hey Chance, I'm happy to see you, but I wish it wasn't like this. Hi Chance, you look great. Hi guys, sorry to meet under such dire circumstances. Merrick and Jenna had the first two dates with you, which gave them an advantage early on. However, what was their advantage then is their disadvantage now as they are first to face elimination. But I do have some good news before we get to the elimination ceremony. To give Chance one last chance to figure out which of these two contestants is best for him, your father will be interviewing both of them and reporting back to you. You don't think they brought me all this way to be on-screen eye candy, did you? Dad, this is serious. Sorry, kiddo. You just looked so stressed out, and I just thought a joke would help. Well, I guess that's okay then. I am a little tense. But please don't call me kiddo on national television again. I'm an adult, okay? Sorry, Chance. So we've set up an interview station in the conference room of the hotel for you to question the contestants. Conference room? No way. I'm not interrogating these poor kids. They're both adults, Dad. But yeah, that does sound a little intense. There's gotta be somewhere a little more relaxing for us to have a little chat. I think I know just the place. You take your father to the pub you visited with Haley. Now this place is more like it. I think it's nice you're looking out for the contestants but meeting in a nicer setting. Yeah, and if they're really boring, I can have a beer. Just don't start telling them embarrassing stories about me and we're good. No promises. Remember to ask them the questions we talked about. I will, boo boo. Chance. See you later. Hi, I'm Merrick. It's really nice to meet you, sir. It's nice to meet you too, Merrick. Before we get to the questions, I just have to say, your son is an amazing man. He's faced a lot of challenges on this show and didn't let it hold him back. I think you should be very proud of him. I'm also head over heels for him, and I think if you had anything to do with that, we're going to get along great. Well, one of my questions was, how do you feel about my son? But you're clearly crazy about him. I agree that he is incredible, and the fact that you see it impresses me. So before I ask you some questions, tell me a bit about the time you've spent with Chance. The first night I knew he was special. Hi, I'm Merrick, and I am so happy to be here. I just have to say that you are gorgeous. I really look forward to seeing if we can find love between us. I just had to show him how excited I was to meet him. Our one-on-one date was beyond what I ever could have hoped for. I told him about getting kicked out of the house as a teen and my struggles afterwards. I'll never forget how understanding he was. We had a romantic walk on the beach and I surprised him with dinner in a lighthouse. And I was sad for it to end, but I did enjoy the way we said goodnight. A couple weeks later, I snuck him a letter about how much our date meant to me. Hey, this is Merrick. I didn't know if we'd get a chance to talk today. I just want you to know that I miss you and that I can't stop thinking about our date. I keep replaying it in my head, getting to know each other on the yacht, waking on the beach at onset together. Most of all, I can't stop thinking about how much I want to be kissing you. I'm so excited to see you tomorrow, and hopefully we can sneak away for a kiss if you feel the same way. XOXOXO, Merrick. We always had fun on the group dates. I love that Chance was always so playful with me. He teased me in a way that was always really sweet. My next question is for Merrick. Yes, sweetheart? You can't sweet talk your way out of this one, Merrick. We had a bit of a setback, but I had to tell him how I really felt about him. I keep imagining us ending up together. It's silly, but I don't just see my next date with you in my head. I see whole scenes in my head, like the two of us having a picnic together, and it's a sunny day, and you have your arms wrapped around me, and you take my hand in yours, and we both glance down at our wedding rings. And then we look into each other's eyes and with big sappy smiles on our face. And then we both say, I love you. Wow, Merrick, really see all of that for us. I really do, Chance. He trusted me enough to go along with a plan to catch the saboteur together. So how do you define convincing? But the details aren't important. On our island survival challenge, I explained to Chance how I became a survival expert. He was so understanding of the hardships I went through to become the person that I am. I could tell he was going through a lot that day, but I was also impressed with how he pushed through it. That was one of the funnest nights I ever had, and it's because of Chance. He just makes everything better, and I know that being with him forever would be magical. I've never been this excited about anyone. I want to marry him so badly. So that's our story so far. Sounds like you two have had some great time together, and I like how affectionately you've talked about him. I feel like you would always show him how much you love him. Every single day, yes. So I have a few questions for you. Happy to answer 'em, a pretty open book. What was it Chance wanted me to ask? What kind of relationship do you envision with Chance? I see it being one where we are always building each other up. I would be his biggest cheerleader. I also see us never letting the romance die. I would be excited to wake up next to him every morning. And I would never let him feel taken for granted. I feel like he would do the same for me too. Well, that sounds like a great relationship to me. Alright, next question, and this is a tough one. You seem to be happy, but how do you handle conflict? I have dealt with a lot of conflict in my life already. I've handled it poorly when I was younger, and now I feel like I handle it better. I seem happy because I choose to be this way. I know that Chance and I will have some conflict in our marriage, or we wouldn't be human. And I'll make mistakes, and so will he. It's just that I know we can make it through anything. I'll show him caring, patience, and forgiveness, and I feel like he'll return that to me. Plus, I'll just be extra cute when he's mad at me, and he'll come around. Wow, good answer, Merrick. I think you'd be a great addition to the family. Last question. We're a close family, so you'd be like another one of my kids. Would you like that? That would mean more to me than you could possibly know. It sounds like you didn't get much of that growing up, and I'm sorry about that. But if you're my son in law, you're gonna see how family really treats each other. Your dad and Merrick chat for a little longer, and then he heads back to the hotel. Jana is sent to the bar to meet with your dad. Hello, sir. I'm Jana, and it's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Jana. I'm really glad we get this opportunity to talk because my father is one of the most important people in my life. So getting to know Chance's dad is pretty important to me. Well, I feel honored to be part of this process. I know Chance doesn't really need his dad to make this kind of decision at this point in his life, but if I can help him at all, I'm pleased to punch to do it. As pleased as punch to do it. I like the way you put that. You actually remind me of my dad in a way. He raised me to be strong on my own, but that doesn't stop him from wanting to hang out with me all the time. Sounds like we'd get along. So tell me about your journey with Chance so far. I was enchanted by him from night one. I probably should have said something less cheesy, but oh well. Hi, my name is Janet, and one thing you should know about me is that I'm a musician. Here's to hoping that you and I are the perfect duet. But then again, humor was always something we bonded over. So, I'm so impressed you arranged this for us, Jenna. I bet you thought our date would be all about music. Kinda, yeah. That's fair. I do love music and I want to share that with you. But that's just one part of me. I'm also wildly romantic. Well, you win points for the air balloon thing, but lose a few for saying that. I like that we can joke around like this. You seem to have a good sense of humor. So do you. We had an amazing hot air balloon ride but my favorite part of the date was what happened after. In the balloon, I feel like we shared a lot of ourselves. I feel like I'm starting to know your heart. Jana begins to play a hauntingly beautiful melody. As you watch Jana play, you start to feel mesmerized. By the movement of her hands, by the flowing of the melody, her eyes are closed, but a small smile shows her enjoyment. She finishes playing and returns her attention to you. Though the music has stopped, you still hear it playing in your head. I shared something I was passionate about with Chance just as I realized that I was becoming more passionate about my feelings for him. We had some great laughs together. Chance really knows how to have fun. Oh, Jana, since you like funny stories so much, I have another one featuring you. Uh-oh, this is backfiring, isn't it? So yesterday, Jana and I went on a hike and ran into a nice husband and wife couple. She asked Jana what she does for a living, and Jana replied that I'm a pianist. But she heard something else, if you know what I mean. She thought she said my peanut. Okay, they got the idea, Callie. So they thought she used that as her career, like in porn or something. This is hilarious, guys. The best part is when Jana said her dream is to perform in front of a huge audience. Oh man. No, actually, the funniest part was when she said, "You guys should come by the local cafe and watch me perform." I know it may not seem romantic, but I feel like being able to laugh together is undervalued in relationships. If you can laugh together, the heaviness and seriousness of life can ease up just a bit and make life love better. But there's time to be serious and a time to speak your heart. You need to know this isn't a game for me. And it certainly isn't some ploy to promote my music career because I know Bane is saying things like that. I am in this for you, Chance. And I should mention that we almost got married already. Actually, it was a nice moment for us. I got to tell him about my dad and we had a good talk. Hey, I know you've been busy on other dates lately and dealing with helicopter mishaps and stuff, but don't doubt that I'm thinking about you all the time. I feel like you're someone who gets me and maybe I'm wrong, but I think I get you too. At the very least, you laugh at my jokes that scores you points. Things that have been intense lately, so I appreciate the laughs. I think I get it from my dad, or maybe it's just that he is on my mind lately. Are you close with him? Yeah, my dad and I are like best friends. Today is his birthday, actually. Well, I'm sorry you can't be with him to celebrate it. Don't be, I'm happy to be here. This has been the most amazing adventure I've ever been on. And I'm getting to spend it with a really special guy. Thanks, Jana. So, what's your dad like? He's the kindest and warmest guy you could ever meet. One thing he drilled into me was to always cherish your partner. It sounds kind of cheesy, and he was cheesy, but it's also damn good advice. He said you treat the one you're with like priceless gold, and you'll always be a happy person. I live by those words, or I guess I will when I get married. Jana, I really like that. He sounds like a great person, and you're more like him than you probably realize. I really appreciate you saying that. Those are a few of my best memories with Chance. Well, son, I think you're a stand up guy, and I really like your outlook on relationships. I've always wanted Chance to end up with someone who treats him as good as he deserves to be treated. I can promise you that I would do just that. I always also like that you drive him crazy with dad jokes all the time. It's one of my favorite things to do in life. We could totally team up on him with all the jokes. But in all seriousness, I do want to ask you a few questions. Yeah, by all means. What's something Chance doesn't know about you? Well, it's a little awkward telling his dad, but I'm falling for him. I know our relationship has moved slower than some of the other ones he has, but sometimes a slow burning fire can outlast a burst of flames. If he picked me, I'd spend my life getting to know his heart better. I'd play him love songs on the piano and make him laugh until he forgets all his worries. Well, my kid is lucky to have someone who wants to do all those nice things for him. He's really special and deserves nothing less. I agree. Okay, next question and time for a toughie. What was it Chance thought I should ask her? How would you handle arguments with Chance? Arguments are bound to happen, but I'd go back to what my dad told me about them. He said, would you rather be right or rather be happy? It sounds funny, but it's damn good advice if you think about it. Half the stuff couples argue about can be avoided if your pride isn't getting in the way. And for the more serious arguments, I think that as long as we are valuing each other, we'll get through it. You're wise beyond your years, kid. Must be all those songs I play by guys in wigs from a few hundred years ago. I see why he likes your jokes. Thanks, sir. I've really enjoyed talking with you, and I look forward to more talks like this. I just hope Chance knows how amazing I think he is, and that I think we'd have a life full of love and laughter together. Your father and Jana finish up speaking, and Jana returns to the hotel. You meet your dad outside the bar, anxious to hear how things went. It fills you in completely on both conversations, but you might be